welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Natasha Denona Transformatte Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. If you are new to my channel, my name is Candace. I review foundations for an entire week. I test out the same foundation with different primers, setting sprays, setting powders, just to see how it performs throughout the week, and then I give you my final thoughts at the end of the week to let you guys know if this foundation is a good foundation for you guys to purchase or if it's a flop in my opinion. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. This is what the packaging looks like. Very sleek, just like all of Natasha Denona's packaging. The shade that I picked up is the shade 75Y Dark. When you open up the packaging, this is what the foundation bottle does look like. You do get 0.9 fluid ounces, not even a whole full ounce, which is surprising to me because this foundation does retail for $45 and it's kind of pricey and up there in my opinion. But it does come, I think, yes, with a pump. Perfect. So I love squeezy tubes that come with a pump like this because you can squeeze all the foundation out, and I guess you can probably open up the pump after like you're down at the very end. Pump some of this foundation out. Ooh, okay. So this foundation looks very runny. It is kind of already running down the back of my hand. I picked up this shade because I did test out the Foundation X from Natasha Denona, and if you haven't seen that, I will link that video in the cards up here if you're interested. But see, as I was talking, the foundation is very liquidy, very runny. So let me just give this a good little shake. Okay, perfect. So now let's blend this out. Let's see what it looks like. That's the foundation blended out, and let's see if we got a good match. It looks like a good match in my opinion. Of course, you guys always know whenever I'm testing out a new foundation, I always like to do one side with a damp beauty blender and the other side with a brush to see application wise what it looks like. Since I already have foundation on this side, I'm going to be using my damp beauty sponge. I'm going to take whatever's on the back of my hand and just bump through the skin. A medium to high coverage matte foundation. This Transformatte Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation transforms the appearance of uneven skin textures, creating flawless, smooth looking skin. Foundation does seem to be medium coverage. I did also prime and moisturize my skin before applying this foundation. Moisturizer, I went in with my Boscia Cactus Water Hydrating Cream. And for primer, I used my Too Faced Hangover Primer. And I forgot to mention to you guys that this foundation also comes in 35 shades. So here we have all the shades. And the shades look pretty decent. We will add more coverage to this side of my face using a damp beauty blender, but I do want to see what this foundation does look like using a brush. So I did already pump out 2 pumps of the foundation on the back of my hand, and it's been runny again, even after I shook it, which was really weird. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. So I'm just going to take a brush, and I'm going to stipple this all over the face. Wow, do you guys see that? The foundation oxidized. So this is what the foundation looks like when it is wet and then when it's dry. I mean, it does match me. So let me just finish this side of my face with a brush. So this is what the right side of my face does look like using a brush. I do like the brush side better using a brush because it does have kind of that full coverage that I'm looking for versus the beauty blender side where it looks a little bit less coverage. So I am going to build up on this foundation. I have 2 more pumps of the foundation on the back of my hand. I'm going to go in using my damp beauty blender. I'm just going to build it up where I need a little bit more coverage. I did build up the foundation to my liking. So far, I do like how the foundation does sit on the skin. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how the foundation does last, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Natasha Denona Transformatte Foundation. This is what the foundation is currently looking like. I've had this foundation on for about 9.5 going on 10 hours. I do like the coverage of the foundation, but I don't think that this foundation is pore vanishing. You can definitely see my pores and my craters on my face. So this foundation does not cover up your pores. If you don't want to use this foundation, I would recommend using a pore filling primer. I do still love this side of my face with the foundation using a brush, versus the Beauty Blender side. I just feel like this side looks a little bit more full coverage, a little bit more covered up versus this side. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Or do you guys notice a difference? Let me know as well. I'm going to be using a tissue to blot on one side of my face. I will be blotting on the Beauty Blender side, and we'll see how much foundation does come off. So here's the amount of foundation that does come off when you do blot. It really didn't pick up a lot of the foundation that was sitting on my face. So far so good on this foundation. It's just not a pore vanishing foundation. I will definitely test out this foundation throughout the entire week, and I will come back and check back in with you guys at the end of the week to let you guys know my final thoughts on this foundation, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Natasha Denona Transformatte foundation. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I don't like this foundation. I don't like how liquidy this foundation is. No matter how much you shake it, this foundation is very liquidy. Not only that, but this foundation does not vanish any of my pores. I am currently wearing the foundation with a pore filling primer, so you can't see a lot of my pores like you guys saw on the first day of me trying out this foundation. Not only that, but this foundation does not even come with 1 fluid ounces. So you're paying $45 for 0.94 ounces, which I think is very expensive in my opinion. I don't think that this foundation is unique enough for me. I don't think I'll gravitate towards this foundation because it really doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't blur any of my pores. It's not a must-have foundation. The foundation does also oxidize after you do blend it out. I don't think the foundation oxidizing is a pro because you can see how the foundation is going to look like right after you blend. Not after hours throughout the day, the foundation does change a different color. It's actually a pro for me in my opinion. I would not recommend this foundation to you guys. Save your $45, spend it on the Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation or the Fenty Foundation. You can even spend $38 purchasing the Makeup Forever Foundation, Velvet Skin. This foundation is really good, and it's only $38 and you get 1.01 fluid ounces. This foundation is a flop in my opinion, just as the Dior foundation which I reviewed and the Beauty Blender foundation. These two foundations oxidize as well. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.